Oh, I hate running behind. Running behind. No, get out of here. No, go on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, well, I'm tired. I'm just not with it. Not with it. Struggling today. I'm struggling.
You got this, Kyle.
Okay, so that's my mouse is upside down. What is going on? All right. So last week in SteamWorld Forge, what happened? We were the Breakfast Club. Finally made it to the Umber Dawn. Oh, that's right. Levi had a very spooky dream. We tried the and to which he was given a cryptic message.
which I do not remember at all. Sasha, we relying on you.
It was like, you're going to eat your friends, and then you showed up in my
I
bedroom.
forgot my notes. Give me a second.
Oh, and then he tried to eat
It was like you have to spread
Yeah.
your gift.
I mean,
Spread
It
your gift with
is.
the world.
Answers lie in secret. Share power. Too many. Cower. Fame. Prove worthy.
No. So answers lie in secret. Share power. Too many. Color. Name. Prove worthy. Was the 12 words that you were given, Levi. Gary attempted a remove curse bomb disguised as a cowboy's hat.
yeah.
You got a little bit of information, but it did not function as you had hoped it would, unfortunately.
Didn't function, period. So bullshit.
My God, nice hat.
Now you have a nice cowboy hat. You eventually made it to the Umber Dawn. Semi-confronted Dez about her parentage and family lineage. And then
Found out a lot of shit about that.
There was a little uncertainty, to which you asked some questions of the Mistress of Pain, who revealed some further information, further solidifying some of your theories, as well as shining a light into the past of Bill. Unfortunately, it didn't appear that Odessa, or the Mistress of Pain, is her moniker is now these days, did not seem to recognize Bill. You then were ushered forward, given a brief test, which all of you passed, minus Levi, who failed. And then answers were cryptically given about what lie in store for your group.
I like how their test was like, we're gonna make everybody that's not a vampire blind.
Yeah.
Seems like they could devise a better test than that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it was more of a. It was a test in of itself, I kind of. But it isn't to say that.
Unless they're just like 4D chessing it, like, what if we surround this vampire with blind people and see if he eats them? And that's how we'll know if they're good or evil.
Right?
I would say, Levi, you did notice that Fixer was following you, like, watching very intently through that cloud of darkness, through the entranceway. More like it's a deterrent. Also a little bit of a test, but the like what you were able to gather, they can themselves see through it. So it's you know.
So they're all vampires.
How better to catch one's
I believed they prefer the term touched by darkness. Or shadow touched, I suppose. You were then brought before the leader of the Umber Dawn, the Dawn Mother herself, a sphinx of untold age, and were asked to perform some tasks to proceed. Stump the DM with a riddle. It's not hard to do. I'm bad at riddles. So that you succeeded. It was a gimme. You were then given a small puzzle to figure out, which you successfully did, and then you were tasked with proving yourselves via combat. To which the paladin smote heavily, and Bill was as happy as ever, even though Dagon crying about how useless his weapon is.
Oh no, it's been so nerfed.
I take everything I said back.
Before kind of coming to this final moment of as everything like winds down in Katarsha, the Dawn Mother and leader of the Umbra Dawn called for a halt. You obeyed, barely. And your wounds that you had suffered were reversed through an indeterminate passage of time. Before kind of, now that the dust is kind of settling on this, you watch her kind of drop back down to the ground, kind of once more take her regal pose, wings folded in behind her, and just kind of waits expectantly for a moment. Ask your questions. Oh, you had also learned that apparently this is the third time that Bill has been here.
Is she talking to anyone in particular?
No, she's just kind of waiting, seeing who's going to speak up.
Let me get the obvious out of the way. Am I going to leave this place alive?
Yes. Until a time comes to which your fate slips to one path or the other.
That was a huge waste of a question, Levi. I only have 2 left. They're like reverse genies.
I'd much rather ask questions and actually get an answer than ask questions and can't make any use of them.
Just don't try to ask for more questions.
What's in my pocket?
That's never allowed.
Our kind carries a certain reputation. But I don't feel that at this point more riddles would solve anything. So I will speak as plainly as possible to the matters that I can speak to.
What did Bill ask the last 2 times he was here?
The first time was to ask permission to take one of our members' hand in marriage.
That checks out.
You had to go through what we just did just to ask her Rose's hand in marriage and frig.
A formality. The second time, he came seeking answers. Answers to his burden of guilt.
Maybe we should discuss what the third question should be. If I were to have any say, I could ask where my children or child are. Or where is the location of the sword that was used by the Dragon Rider?
I mean, I think those are both good, but I feel like we shouldn't waste a question on where your kids
As-
are because we might
As
have.
Bill, you technically that is a question in of itself. You say that.
Whispered. Whispered. Quietly.
Make a stealth check then.
Yes.
So, do we like
10.
have a limited number of questions?
Yeah,
Yeah, what-
Sphinxes always only answer 3 questions, and then you have to fight him again if you want more answers than that.
That is correct.
Oh, that's true.
And
I
then
mean, oh,
she,
that's true.
but she gives kind of like a toothy grin, like you can see like the sharp canines of her feline face, like as it pulls back into an odd facsimile of a smile, or as like it, as much as could be mirth before it is, quickly vanishes to her once more like stoic nature.
So wait, can we like ask her questions while we're fighting it? Or is that like put a pause on the question asking?
I don't think she's gonna answer him until after we beat her again.
Would you like
Keep
rack
your
up?
voice down, Lance. Or Bigosh.
Oh,
She might think that's a question.
Lion lady, I'm not asking you. I'm asking my friends here.
What even is the question? I'm lost. As the DM, I don't even know what just happened here.
Like, what was digging stealth roll?
He asked, "Can we ask her questions while we're fighting her?"
I said
Which is
keep-
technically a question.
I said keep your voice down. You might think that's the question.
I also asked, do we have a limited number of questions, which would also technically be a question. Yeah.
You do not have a limited number of questions. You may ask, and if I am able, I will answer.
Oh, sweet.
Well, I feel a lot better about myself now then.
What was Bill's
It-
burden of guilt for the second question, or the second time he came to you?
That is not my story to tell.
Oh, Bill
But
doesn't
he
know.
doesn't remember, so like, what if he gives you permission to tell that story?
Whose permission
He-
do we have to ask?
It is not that I do not know. I can only speculate.
Are you like his god or something? Or I guess these guys' gods? Or like
No.
god-in-law?
He answers to another.
Do you know who he answers to?
Maybe just one riddle, then.
God damn it, I fucking told you.
Bill, I will tell you the same thing that I told you last time. That you asked for guidance. There is a chorused, like, hum that seems to take up in the air, and it kind of catches you off guard for a second, and you like spin around and you look, and the Mistress of Pain has like stepped down into, she doesn't seem nearly as old this time. Still heavily scarred, but at least a good 20 years younger. Singing Bill that same tune that you recognize from before. Gary, you also recognize the tune, but the words again kind of old and meaningless. But Katarsha begins to actually not sing the words that you have, like, you know this song, but in Stormblack Mountains, I wander alone. Over the glacier, I make my way. In the garden stands a maiden fair, and sings, "When will you come home?" And you watch as that kind of opaque bubble shifts, the water ripples and begins to torrent, and you, Bill, like, are watching, like, as things begin to shift, and you can see a younger version of Bill just like standing in just snow covered like fields. It's white, just ice white as far as the eye can see, but you can see huge storm black clouds hanging overhead of giant ice-covered peaks. And laying before you is a forest of firs, also just coated in absolute white. Bill, you have seen this before, like in your dreams. Like to know, I think like you had also just recently had a vision of this as well. Like this is very familiar to you.
Can everybody else see it as well?
Yes.
I know that place. That was me, younger.
Where is it?
Oh, on a farm. Very cold. Do I recognize?
Far to the north.
Is that the Sphinx? Sorry.
Yeah.
Is that...
The Sphinx. Far to the north, past the frozen seas. Somewhere within the Isle of Ice. But your feet will guide you.
Thank you for this vision.
One last piece of this puzzle. Come forth. I charge thee, arise. The pillar shone with dawn's rise. The 7 elms, the poplars 4, that stand beside your father's door, draw into his narrow earthen urn, through twisting elbow and turn, in royal framework of wrought gold. Come, as if you are friends of old, where sweetest sunlight still falls. Place it upon those storied walls. I have told you this before. I am certain that you will ascertain its meaning when the time is right.
I think you are correct.
But I must ask you a question, and one that you must ask yourself. Why?
Why? Why what?
And therein lies the answer to all of your problems.
Remember everything you have said, and I will take it to heart.
Yeah, you're writing this all down, right? Because he's not going to remember this.
Yeah, I've got it.
Do you think you're capable of living with the truth? If your current predicament is as I think it is, do you really wish to know?
I wish to know, and I wish my friends and family to know as well. I have nothing to hide.
Then it's curious how you ended up in this predicament, is it not?
It's no more lust upon me than a summer breeze.
Time will tell.
I hope I have enough.
I am not permitted to say.
And
Anything
I
else?
wish not to know the time or place.
But you can tell me. You just like whisper it.
Do you have one last clarification? How is our friend Levi to be cured of his affliction before he leaves here?
He will not.
You always tell the truth, do you not?
But that's what the liar would say.
Not at this again, are we?
You said he would leave here alive.
And he will.
But isn't he technically not?
He is both. He treads the line that is oh very thin.
I think that's a cop-out, but I'll give it to you.
What other answers do you seek?
What, like, happened to Levi? Why is he a vampire? And is there like some super creepy, evil like demigod that's has like, I don't know, a claim to his soul or something?
Just what I need.
I can only see fragments. Darkness always finds a way to hide from the light. That's why it's our job to stamp it out before it can gain a foothold.
Time seems weird here. What is Dez's relationship to the Mistress of Pain and vice versa?
I believe you know these details.
Do they know that Bill's their like grandfather slash great grandfather?
She seems to pause and consider for a moment. The curse that affects Bill is so very potent. Most do not know who he is.
Do you?
Obviously.
I have some recollection, but beyond my limited scope. From what I have seen, my vision is also clouded on this matter.
Do you know how old he is?
In this place, age is somewhat relative to when one is needed. However, in Bill's case, he is well past a century.
Fucking knew it. Is he immortal?
I'm not that old.
Yes, you are.
I feel young and vibrant.
No, you don't.
You hear like his joints creak.
I mean, to be fair, Bill, to be able to go up against something like her on a bad day at your age, it's pretty impressive.
Aren't we about the same age?
I am timeless.
A sphinx is known to be a guardian of great treasure. Beyond wisdom and knowledge, do
Oh,
you
God.
have treasure
Oh
to
God,
bestow
Bill.
upon those with endless wit?
Wisdom and knowledge are life's greatest treasure.
So there's no hidden door beneath your feet. I
And
like
if-
to do a
Insight check.
insight check. All right.
She just, if I said no, would you believe me anyways?
Well, I rolled a 6.
You don't believe her.
I don't believe her at all.
Well, you're not sure. She could be telling the truth. She could be lying. She's really hard to read.
She is a personification of wisdom.
Oh, great Sphinx, I am old and not long in years. I would love to match wits with a Sphinx and earn its treasure. I ask one last time. Do you have a treasure that you are guarding?
The treasure that you seek is not the one that I guard.
Cryptic, but I expect nothing less.
Didn't they say something about like a gem or something like that she's the guardian of?
I don't think so.
I don't suppose you can point us in a direction of where we can assist Bill in curing himself of his curse of his.
Head north. You will find it.
To the place with the many blankets.
What happened to Rose?
What can you tell us of the Queen of Chaos?
More than I would like. Our most distinguished member, she kind of motions towards the Mistress of Pain, is a font for her power here. What I can tell you is that she rules the depths of the abyss. Through cunning and manipulation. A demonic entity of unimaginable power. I can also tell you that whatever it is you think that she wants, that is not the case.
Why now? She's making moves. Why now?
Because the pieces have fallen into place.
And why have you gone way over your limit of 3 questions?
Shut up.
Oh,
We have already discussed there is not a limit. Only the limit of my patience.
in advisement of my lawyer, I will stop talking.
I'll run with it.
Do you know what happened to Rose?
Rose died of natural causes. Living well into her years.
Have you met my granddaughter here, Odessa?
I have not, because that is not your granddaughter.
You have to tell the truth.
I am wisdom. I can lie when it suits me. But I do not tell a lie.
Well, then who is she, if not my granddaughter?
Oh boy.
That is a question that you must ask yourself.
Man, these armor-piercing questions to Bill.
Are you not my granddaughter?
No, I'm not.
Why are you lying to your grandfather? Why is everyone lying to me?
I think this is the time when you think everyone is lying to you. It's usually that you're lying to yourself.
As far as I know, I have never lied to myself a day in my life. I need to think about this. I walk away.
Okay. You go find a dark corner to sulk in.
Yep.
Sure.
Is there anything out there in the world that can help us be more prepared against the Oracle?
Yes. But you will find it in due time. This I have seen.
You are an observer of time. You've made it quite clear that you've seen many facets of our own history. Does that include the visions that we have?
I cannot peer into your minds. I can only see what has.
I don't suppose you know who the hell came to me in my state of limbo, then.
You may describe them.
Cloaked in black. Couldn't get a look at their face. And I will describe any other features that Levi can remember. That I cannot, aside from those two things.
You remember like whoever it is like thin, the odd undulating, the hiss, like gravelly, like spoken broken words. This figure appears to those in need, or those that share a likeness. I know who this is. Be careful of your dealings with the Whispered One, for your path will be led astray.
And that's what I was afraid of.
What can you tell us about Valtrax? Aside from it's my girlfriend's dad.
Who?
What?
Did I get that wrong? I'm sleepy. The fucking dragon we're supposed to kill.
Icterion?
That one.
What is it that you wish to know?
Well, pretty much everything, but mostly if we stab it in the right place, will it die?
As with most things, brute force can be effective.
That's been my experience.
Can you tell us more about the Whispered One?
A wizard of his time, who reached beyond his own abilities. He brought destruction, death, across every continent that he passed. All in the name of his ascension.
And did he ascend?
He was stopped just shy. The ruins that surround the lands to the far west are the result of his failure.
The West.
East, sorry, yeah, you're right.
Uh,
But just because he did not finish what he started does not mean that he does not still attempt to.
uh,
It's one hell of a devil to make a deal with.
I just want to throw this out there. Everyone's getting like crazy backstory on shit, and I gotta, you got this, bro. I don't know to be like confident or pissed off right now.
Well, kind of like it was like starting, and then somebody else asked a question, so it kind of got sidetracked. We've had that happen a couple times. Things that I was going to answer. Knowing what I know now, I should kill you where you stand.
Who did she say that to?
Levi.
I'd much rather you don't. No offense. Oh, he just lost Mike.
Bro.
But as your fate is still undecided, I will stay in my hand. As I had already promised.
To which I am immensely grateful for.
To answer your question, Icterion only has the burning desire to raise everything to the ground. It is his desire to free Tiamat, seeing himself as the inheritor to these lands, as her child.
So, like, a simple way we can stop him.
Unfortunately, not one that I can answer.
Well, maybe for Lucky Lance, whatever we find up north can give us a boost.
Oh, hell yeah. Also, like, don't tell the Sphinx lady this. But if you're like weird whisper too, gives you more power, you totally kill him too.
Like, I'd much rather go without ever having to see him again.
Oh, my bad. Didn't know you guys were like that. Looks like fucking Bell's sword is the way to go. Couldn't think of David's name.
Um,
God damn it.
Wait,
I love how you see that even in Lance's voice.
so the only... I was doing reading on the Lindworm, And Tiamat is the Lindworm. I believe. And the Lindworm followed Vecna, which is the only mortal to ascend to godhood.
Not the only one. There has been one other.
What other one?
The Raven Queen, who guards the Divide.
And you're saying that the Whispered One was never fully ascended to godhood?
Just because he may not have ascended does not mean he is any less formidable.
Are they one and the same?
They are not. But I can assure you that the Queen of Chaos has no inclination to actually free Tiamat, despite their shared history.
Where does Warwick fall into all this? Because it's way too much a convenience that all this is happening just as Warwick is prepping for another war against Jorventare.
Happenstance.
You're joking.
Unless something else moves beneath the surface. But if it does, I do not have sight of it.
What about those, like, wood people?
Who?
Adam doesn't know the name.
Sylvari?
People who fixed our ship.
The
The
Sylvari?
Sylvari?
Those ones, thank you.
And what about them?
How are they, like, all wrapped up in the shit?
Petty squabbles between nations? Who lack the foresight to focus on bigger pictures? Too many moving pieces.
Has a new order of dragon riders appeared?
In what way?
Out by Lestat, we saw a dragon rider. And we were under the impression that Bill and his like were the last ones.
Is that? Didn't we kill that motherfucker?
No.
One
No.
remains.
From Bill's time or new time?
The present.
Right.
Take that answer how you will.
I slowly come wandering back.
But I will say that, given the current state of conflict in this place and elsewhere, these are tumultuous times. And whatever you consider, it is not only Bill's fate that hangs in the balance. Now I believe I have answered enough of your questions. You may leave this place with my favor.
Thanks for all the help. And sorry we tried to kill you. Oh, real quick, is anyone gonna like try to hunt Levi? Like I know we can like leave here. But, like once we leave here, they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck you, ha, Jinx." Wait, I think I used that wrong. Psych. Yeah, that one.
I believe that your arrangement has been fulfilled.
Thank you for your guidance and your wisdom and your mercy.
And for answering like so many more questions than you're supposed to. We won't tell anybody, I promise.
Oh yeah, for anyone that said the Breastful Club like fought you like 100 times. Wait, don't say that. It'll make us look bad. No, wait, say that because it means we beat you.
I think that's enough. Let's not overstay our welcome. I'd much rather not see her go all out.
Yes, a merry band of mortals. One. I have one question for you. When
Shoot.
would you like to be deposited?
Oh shit, we get some from this?
No,
Like
I'll
gold?
leave. It's just
Yeah, like 90% of our questions were just like, hey, so where's the treasure?
As we leave, Lance pulls out one of the Breakfast Club flyers and puts it in the center of little dais kind of area.
okay.
Gotta wreck the club.
I have come to terms that my mind is torn, and my memories do not flow as well as when I was young. It's more like a drip, drip, drip. The flow is slow, for sure. Who are you if you are not my granddaughter?
Are you saying this as you're leaving, or are you still having this conversation, like, in this chamber?
I feel like we're kind of walking away, maybe?
You know, like when the music starts to play at the Academy Awards,
Exactly.
it's like there is a small, like, gust of wind that is kind of, like, pressing at you.
Shit you out. Get the fuck out.
Yeah,
Red lights on.
pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Time
It's
for
like,
a commercial break.
Trying to be real nice about this. I've told you guys 12 times to get the fuck out of my chamber.
My name is Harrow.
Harrow.
Yep.
I am in a sensitive state. I cannot deal with any more surprises. Is there anything else you need to tell me?
No, brother, Migosh loves you.
Migosh, thank you so much for being my friend. You are the rock I rely on. Without you, I would totally be lost.
Bill, Harrow just like puts her hand on like you. We're familiar companions for the past 2 months, but none of us are the people you used to know.
I agree, all of you, but that one there.
Tell
I
me
know
more.
him well. What? What?
That is Lance.
Lance.
Yes.
You are not Migosh.
Like, that's a funny way of pronouncing Migosh.
You can call me whatever the fuck you want. You know I'm bad with names. I don't give a fuck what you call me. I know that when you say Migosh, it's me. I still love you. And whoever this old Migosh dude was too, he probably loved you too.
Now you pointed it out, his accent isn't quite Migosh.
He also doesn't quite look like Rose, relative.
Hey, I'm half
No.
orc. We could be half siblings.
There is something very foreign about you. I didn't quite see until now. You're still very lovely. Let us just continue, and I will try to contemplate all this.
Levi, you have that little, don't spy on me necklace? I'll give it to somebody else now that nobody's chasing you.
Yeah, we should give
Harrow.
that back to Harrow.
Thank you. Greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, free up an entombment slot.
And we make our way out.
Okay.
I guess we go back to the airship and tell him go north.
That's so much better
Oh, we're
than
not-
walking. I feel like we
Although-
need to, like...
Our
strap-
only directions are your feet will guide you. So
That's what I was gonna say. We need to strap Bill to the front of the plane and just have him, like, stick his feet out like this.
There was a little bit more description in there than that.
Head north.
There was
It was, like,
Yeah,
icy
there's-
tundra kind of shit.
Isle of Ice.
Yeah.
It's within the Isle of Ice, and you have to head north.
We can work this out.
Gary, you still have a map of the continent.
Let's see.
On the ship,
Gary's practically a cartographer.
He's actually a cartographer.
no, I am not proficient. I just have cartographer's
Oh,
tools.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought you took that as a skill.
No.
Oh,
Then you're
shit.
practically a
No,
cartographer.
he just like
I am
So-
as much
so-
a cartographer as Bill is a doctor.
So he's been billing us this whole time.
It's just like, yeah, he's been faking it. He's just
like-
been just hoping.
It's like the
North
Odessa and the
is
Migosh
that
thing are
way.
the Odessa thing and Migosh thing. Bill can slide by. Gary not actually being a cartographer.
That's where we
Oof.
draw the
I've been
line.
very clear about that from day one. Yes,
Not
make all
very
kinds
clear.
of wild assumptions.
I
can't
Wait.
had a degree.
Wait a second,
I can't
everybody.
take all these lies and deceit.
This group making wild assumptions? What?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Saying anything to anyone on your way out? You just leaving?
Lance has nothing to say to anybody.
Weren't we gonna try to get like Dez to come meet us on the ship?
Yeah, but that fucking changed. 'Cause if he's
Well,
her great grandfather, then
Well, yeah, but like, does that mean that we shouldn't tell her?
So also
that she-
maybe
Not that she's gonna believe us.
And she didn't believe us about everything else. If she wants to come, she can come.
It's like we can probably still offer her a tour of the ship and whatnot, like since Land's already up. You and Land's already prepositioned that, but I highly doubt that anyone's gonna take what we say about Bill with anything more than a grain of salt, if even.
And honestly, at this point, I'm more interested in how the Mistress of Pain clawed herself out of the abyss. Because that's a fucking super useful thing to know if we have to deal with the Oracle at some point, like...
I'm sure it didn't come without a hefty price.
that
It did come with a hefty price. Like you hear her like whispered, kind of gravelly like voice come from like the shadows, from your side. Like she just kind of apparated.
would you like a tour of our
Creepin'.
Is that how it feels when I do that to you guys?
ship?
Every time.
We had extended an invitation to Odessa to have dinner upon our ship, because I was under the assumption that she was you. I would extend the same offer to you.
And why would this matter?
Well,
The
you
things we
obviously
could tell
overheard
you.
some of it. Go ahead.
I was just saying, oh, the things we can tell her.
I feel like this bitch is 1,000 years old. There's probably not a whole lot she hasn't heard already.
Because before we met you, I was pretty sure that Odessa was Bill's granddaughter. But we've reevaluated that and believe that is you instead. And he clearly has some connection to the Oracle, and you clearly have some connection to the Oracle, and that information is valuable. So whatever comes next, it could save us, or at least give us a little bit of an edge.
We're talking to the Mistress
Nope.
of Pain right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers him. He's cursed. Literally, what is it? Gary, you did a thing and he just like vanished from the spell. Like, he has been erased from everyone's memories, legends, everything. There's no reason for you to believe us, but
You
Again, do not know this man, but I can sense the foul presence, that stench upon him. So I know that you speak some truth.
related to a man named Bill.
Not that I'm aware of.
what was your grandmother's name?
Hold on. My grandmother's name was Rose.
And Harrow is just staring at Bill.
Rose, such a sweet name. I was married to a beautiful Rose. She had hair as brown or black as amber.
As brown and black as amber.
Such a lovely woman.
Um, I remember my grandmother fondly.
She loved to dance, didn't she?
And she was buried beneath her daughter's tree.
My rose was buried underneath the tree in the hills of.
Mm-hmm.
Totally on brand.
In the hills north of Thuran. Do you know it?
During a time, I knew it.
There was a keep up in those hills that overlooked a beautiful basin. Do you know such a place?
And those that inhabited it left me to dwell in darkness.
We would like to hear your story.
There isn't much to tell.
I'd like to know how you managed to be in darkness.
Someone came. And there was darkness. And there was pain. And then there was nothing but pain.
I felt pain through my life.
And I walk closer.
I can sense your pain. Share it with me.
And then I go in for a hug.
You have no idea. And she just like puts a hand on your chest. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
The one thing I can do. All right, within 10 feet of myself. Here we go.
Are you? You're kind of having an out of Bill experience
Yeah,
right now.
23.
That is a fail. Your
Mhm.
body is racked with convulsions as just shadow envelops you for a moment. And it is just this brief, searing, white hot, and the rest of you, you just watch Bill lock up. Bill, you are paralyzed. As your mind is consumed with just untold horrors, pain, like nothing you have ever seen. Like you watch Bill just like begin to convulse and sweat, but rocked and rooted into place. And Bill, you hear that terrible, wicked laughter. And then it stops. It's just for a moment. Bill, it felt like a lifetime.
Is there any... So I'm unparalyzed. Is there any pain that still continues, or is it...
Like, there is just, like, sadness. And everything just feels empty and hollow.
I pity you. So much sadness and pain.
It is a fraction of what I endure.
I want to help you. I want to take your pain away.
You are not strong enough, old one.
Is is there anything I can do? Even if it's beyond me.
You want to make the pain stop. Do you think that you're capable of defeating this torment? Would you? Knowing that I end with it.
Oh, if you ask me to.
She just doesn't respond. She stares. Scar's bleeding shadow.
Is your powers connected to the Oracle still? So if the Oracle dies, you die?
Our fates are intertwined now, yes.
Is there a way... Gary, is there a way to reverse scry or like scry through a person and use a person as a focus?
I'm sure somebody could probably do it, but that's way beyond me.
Can you see to her and can she see to you?
Only by the Dawn Mother's grace can she not look through my eyes and control me as she once did.
And do you know what will keep her locked up and at bay?
Death.
Oh, we're pretty good at that. Do you know where this dark lady person is?
At all times.
Oh, perfect. That's like half our problem.
Where is she right now?
Just kind of closes her eyes. Seems to slip from this space. Actually, you wouldn't even be able to see because she's like blindfolded. But she just stands there like rigid for a moment. Near the surface, attending ceremony with her armies and newfound friends.
Do you like see any of the friends?
On this plane or...
Dragons. Not here. Red skies, black moon.
Well, shit, we're about to kill like 5 birds with 1 stone.
Isn't that Avernus or Ivernus?
Based on a quick description, it kind of sounds like it.
Oh boy.
Then like devil.
Demon? Which one's the bad guy? Demons? We're on the demons
Yes.
or the devil side. I don't remember which side we're
The
on.
demons are
Demons are
all
bad.
bad. Some of the devils are bad.
And then like demon lords or troops out there.
My sight is limited. She knows.
She knows what.
She knows that you're peering into her whereabouts.
How did your mother die, if you don't mind me asking?
Make a persuasion check.
That rolled off. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh boy.
For a
And,
total of
20.
7.
7. Um. My mother, like the just like abrupt topic change, like catches her like off guard. Just momentarily as she kind of like launches into a tale before kind of like catching herself, and then it kind of peters off. But mother was taken with an adventurous spirit, much like my days of youth. Until her and my father did not return.
I feel like our adventure is starting to turn into the Book of Korra. Like every main character is like the son or daughter of somebody else that happened in the past.
Well, I mean, yeah, because in the past.
And Bill is Aang.
Exactly.
How old were you when you were taken?
Not much more than 12, as I recall.
And remind me, what was your mother's name?
Willow.
Did we establish that Bill remembered his kids' names?
I like to do a history check on myself.
You, sure, go ahead.
How many kids do I have, and what are their names? Oh god, 10.
I mean, you know that your daughter's name was Willow. Your wife's name was Rose.
Any sons?
Not that you can recall.
Your granddaughter's name was Odessa.
Odessa worked on the farm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. What else are you looking for?
No, that was it. I don't remember if we established Willow.
Well, he said how many kids as a part of that role.
Yeah, he said we don't remember anything beyond Willow. Or I don't remember.
If you did, they must not have been your favorite, because you don't remember.
Fuck all of
checks
you
out.
except Willow. You're the only good one. That's
You
why he
guys
had so
have
much
the
gold.
will.
He gave most of his gold to Willow and kept the rest.
Yeah. You don't get to keep the keep.
So if we kill this Dawn Mother,
No.
if we
Mm-mm.
don't kill this Dawn Mother,
Nope. Oracle.
If we kill what? Who are we killing?
I'm right there with you, Dagan.
I thought we can't kill the Oracle because they're tied. They're both their life forces are tied. But then I was under the impression that if we killed Dawn Mother,
No. She said the only way to get rid of it is to kill me or kill her. So we
The
don't
Oracle.
necessarily know if we kill the Oracle, she dies. We just know that to finish her pain, we have to kill one of two people.
Well, no, like she said that her fates
No.
are the fates are intertwined. So
with her and the Oracle.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah, but she didn't
what-
directly say that if we kill the Oracle, she dies. She just said the only
It
permanent way to
heavily
fix
implied.
this is to kill her.
Okay, so where did the Dawn Mother come in again in this conversation when you asked?
When you
brought
did.
it up.
He's hiding.
You brought it up.
Wait, who brought it up?
You.
did.
When
Bill-
did I bring
Bill
it up?
did.
You
Just
gave
now,
her a
you're
hug
like, so we
and
killed the
said,
Dawn
"How do
Mother,"
we
and
do
we're like,
this?
no, that's not it.
No,
You got.
Sasha asked about the Dawn Mother, and you were saying something about the Dawn Mother.
You started this
the
whole thing
Dawn-
by giving her a hug and going into a fucking paralyzed state.
Man, what sort of
The
persona
Dawn
did she cast
Mother-
on you?
No,
It's like what hides the sight, which hides the mistress
Oh.
of
The
pain
Dawn
from
the Dawn
Oracle.
Mother is is the thing kind of interposed between the Queen of Chaos able to as you're able to ascertain from this conversation physically and literally control her as kind of an avatar.
Have we
the Dawn Mother controls.
The Mistress of Pain. So we're talking about the Mistress of
Yeah.
Pain. So the Dawn Mother is the thing kind of interposed between Odessa and the Queen of Chaos.
Have we established whether she's doing a kill Jaden thing or if she's actually hiding her sight from the Mistress of Chaos or Pain or whatever? Because if she
Yeah,
can
I
see
don't
through
think
her
it-
eyes,
I don't think it's been established.
Hey, she wear that blindfold so she can't see what you're doing.
And she pulls up the blindfold, and there are 2 empty sockets.
I guess that kind of.
I
Tells
gouged
me-
out my own eyes to keep her from being able to see me.
Well, that's
the
fucked.
Queen of
I'm
Damned.
sorry. So it's like a fashion accessory now.
I mean, it's horrific to look at, just empty sockets that are just
you're
smoking
describing this
shadow.
to Lance.
It doesn't matter. This is still a horrific visage to
Alright.
look upon. To see someone and then to with the scars and everything else that she carries upon her, and then to hear by her own admittance she took her own eyes. It's
Wait. We have a buddy, Gary. Can you bring Antonius here? He talked about a good eye dude. Got new eyes. Said he lost one, had fake ones, got better good ones. We can get you new eyes.
Yeah,
I
but
think
that's
that
just
was
a-
through divine intervention. I don't think that was he knew an eye dude.
Oh. Well, do the same shit for her? Hold on. Hear me out. All of us, except me. And, that's a fucking kind of almost limitation. Because, she's, kind of almost a god. At least she's my goddess. But all of us are, fucking totally tower gods. Maybe not Levi. Levi kind of hates his god. But most of us, totally kick it with gods.
I don't know where Lance is going with this.
So who do we have to kill to end your curse? No wishy-washy indirect answers, please. I got that enough from the Sphinx.
why do you care what happens?
I
To me.
care about all living creatures.
Especially his
And
granddaughter.
you are
Bullshit.
the most tormented soul I have ever laid eyes upon. Pardon the saying.
I don't need your pity.
It's not so much pity. It's pity. But you look like you need help.
Hold on, Bill. Let me just run back to the ship and get you your shovel.
We're not going to bury her here.
Now we're gonna bury you because you're digging your own grave.
My time will come when it comes.
And you keep going along this line of questioning and conversation. It's gonna be right now.
So we have to kill the Yawn Mother.
No.
Oh,
Come on, Bill. It's nap time.
Wait, do we still have his pills?
I think those ran out.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think Jovan
wouldn't
has cross
take pills from you
international
guys.
prescription
You
pills.
guys tricked me.
And it didn't do a thing.
Are we done? I have other matters that
Yes.
need my attention.
Here. Oh, hold on. One
Thank
second.
you.
Group huddle. Guys. I don't remember. We were supposed to, like, bring her on the ship and, like, ask if she wants to.
No. It's fine.
Alright. Cool.
Thank
Yeah,
you for your time
we're cool.
and answering questions about your personal life to strangers. I greatly appreciate it. And if you should need us,
We will call.
I'm sure you have magical means of calling us.
I pull a flower out of my bag, pass to it, like kind of slightly bow.
And also, if there's any hints or premonitions you get with the Oracle, I'd appreciate it if you could pass it along to us.
Make a persuasion check.
That's 20.
20s.
God
Oh my
damn.
goodness.
Hacks.
I know not what your
I will be rolling.
inclination is with this information. Perhaps.
So,
You said that you could smell the stench on him, and we believe, or at least I believe, that the curse that's on him is originated from her. And yeah. So, future fighting her,
yeah, it's weird, like, we have, like,
Enemies?
20 things to do, and somehow they're all, like, kind of related. So even if it's like, oh shit, she, like, went and, like, dropped off some troops over here, that might actually help us out.
Yeah, because she's tormenting hell, and we've got a stake in this. And she keeps popping up in it, so. The enemy of my enemy is my friend?
She wishes to control it all.
Not everyone gets what they wish for.
And that's why we do what we do. She turns and leaves.
Before you go, I just want to say that you're a huge fucking letdown. Because we have spent months traveling across the entire fucking world with this dude who is like centuries old and super cursed and has no idea what he did in his past life or previous life or yesterday, but the one thing that he's fucking known since day one is how much he cares about his family. It's the only thing he fucking talks about. Like, literally months of just hearing about his family. And we finally track you down, and you're so broken by whatever life did to you that you can't even recognize that someone cares for you. And I'm really sorry that happened to you. But maybe the thing that happened to you wasn't as bad as what you're doing to yourself now. And I'll turn and walk away.
Mic drop.
Oh shit, literal.
Inspiration.
Yeah, totally. I'll give you inspiration for that.
I concur.
I'm getting horrification out of that.
At first, Lance was like glancing between Levi and Dagan because he was like centuries old, X, Y, and Z, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And he's like, family. Okay, definitely.
Family.
To I guess clarify just a little bit. You did ask directly. She said no more riddles. To speak plainly, Bill is a century and a half.
150.
According to my
Plus or minus.
Gary still thinks she's lowballing it a little bit.
Yeah.
I still think I'm 70, apparently, because that's what my chart says.
That's what your brain says.
Yeah.
That's what you think you are.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
again,
Fun fact, he's
don't
a
know-
lich in hiding.
Oh shit.
holy shit.
He's so
Turns out
protected.
Bill is a Horcrux and just can't die.
Right? He's
Until
so
the final boss.
he's so protected. He doesn't even know where his phylacteries are. Thank you, baby.
Yeah, ironic his phylactery is guarded by a dragon.
Whenever I cast Divine Sense, I just omit the fact that there's one like right where I'm standing.
Yeah. Unshakable. Just it's always there. Must be
Ooh,
that
what if
pesky Levi pulling tricks on you.
what if he like Voldemort the shit out of this, and the reason he cares about his family so much is because they're all his phylactery. They're the Horcruxes. Like,
There his Horcrux is.
yeah.
Oh god.
I must make sure they're safe.
Doesn't actually give a fuck about any of them. He's just using them all.
Yeah, dude.
I care, I swear.
God damn, that makes so much sense.
Man, wouldn't that be a twist? That'd be interesting.
Turns such a heartwarming story into a fucked up story so quickly.
It makes sense because everybody's like, you know what you did. And I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah, you turned your family into Horcruxes.
And then you mind wipe yourself because you couldn't.
Also, it
Yeah.
totally makes sense why all of his descendants are immortal now.
Like,
And he's super fucked up.
Wow! Every
accidentally just guess the plot.
seriously, every other episode, Dagan just gets more and more fucked up backstory.
Oh my god.
Dagan and Kyle have been talking about this for years now. Oh, I'm gonna be the BDG. Fucking
I mean,
leeching power
why-
from his family and his group. Like,
That's what I'm
oh
saying.
yeah.
Dagan was very excited about this character.
Quite.
Because
Fucking-
it's my first. Oh, second, I guess. So.
Lured us into a false
Not
sense of
your
security
first.
with a ranger. Oh
Your
yeah,
first
everybody
character
starts
was
with
mad about
rangers.
shoes, and your second character is the darkest, most depressing pit of despair that I've ever seen. What happened between those two things?
If you like planned
They'll
this out, that would have been a fucking genius, like X-rated fucking horrible story, but the most amazing read you could have ever had.
God, I wish I did. That was just true, but no. As far as I know.
That's exactly what a horrible person would say, Dagan.
I mean, it could be true. Literally don't know.
Ridiculous.
Kyle's all, okay, we gotta make this happen really quick.
Right? Taking notes. Next campaign.
No, he's like, this campaign, everything's switching.
So
Fucking
does the
figure
Mistress
user.
of Pain / Odessa make any comment after Gary leaves?
You still keep acting like I'm familiar to you, and you are nothing more than strangers.
My wife was Rose. My daughter was Willow. And my granddaughter was Odessa. It cannot be mere fate that these names are both important to us and the names of our family.
Bill, make a persuasion check. I will say with advantage because of Gary's hot diss.
Persuasion. 23.
Maybe just for a fraction of an instant, the facade drops. And like you like her self-assured, kind of haughty nature just it kind of breaks for a second. And all it takes is that one word that kind of slips from her lips. It's the way she says it. Grandfather?
Jesse, it's Grandpapa.
Why did you leave me?
I know not why. My memories have been cast away. But I am sorry.
Then find a way to cast away mine. And she just sprints down the hall. Like, you see that little girl running, but scared. Like, how it could be so visceral and so just broken.
Then I whisper to myself, I will kill the Dawn Mother.
Jesus Christ. Alright, come on, partner. That's enough family reunions for one day.
You're right, Police Officer Levi. Let's carry on. To the ship!
Okay. Make it back to the ship.
You guys make it outside, and Gary's just like sitting on the stoop smoking.
The dockhand, or like the dockmaster, is kind of keeping a wary eye towards you as you all return. Just kind of nods, like more to himself than to you, like as you all return. Just kind of taking mental stock. Doesn't trust them.
As I walk by, I'll just whisper to him, "They're all vampires."
Make a deception check.
Did Gary share any of his
18.
shit?
I knew something was strange. I've got some shopping to do up. You're all set and ready to take off whenever. And you see him just like dart out, like making a beeline towards the nearest general store.
That may have been a mistake.
What was up with him?
Oh, nothing. I think some bad sushi.
You know, you think for something along the coast, you know how to prepare properly.
Yeah, but that's how they trick you, because sometimes like they go out and they catch a bunch of fish, and if they can't get them back in time to like send to their suppliers, then just be like, oh, well, we'll just hoist it on the local populace, because they're not going to know any better.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there. So, we still sticking around to wait for Dez to show up, or we're gonna break that pledge?
Is she still supposed to show up?
I don't know.
She said she would if things all went well, you know, if you didn't die.
Dez, Lance's, and not Odessa's old friend.
Recent acquaintance. Yeah.
Yes. And that is not my...
That is your great-granddaughter.
Okay, thought so.
The one that we thought was your granddaughter this whole time? Turns out we
Yeah.
skipped a
Like,
generation.
named after her mom, basically.
Dez, Odessa, yeah. Oh, Dez. Desi, darling.
Yeah, we'll chill here. Chill at the ship for, like, the night. If he doesn't show up, we'll leave in the morning.
Okay. I'd say it's just
That will-
it's probably just after sundown.
That will give me time to go over where exactly we're trying to get to and try to plot a course with Phasmus too.
Okay.
Oh, when was the last time you contacted your friends from down south? Oh, Prince of
Is that-
Night.
Is that it? Levi?
So you.
Oh, and me? Oh,
think
I-
it's
Yeah,
I-
it could like refer to almost anyone at this point. It's real convoluted.
Well, yeah,
Well, technically speaking, we are north enough that it could really be anyone.
that's true. Might be.
if you're talking about the devils, it's been a couple days, but they'll let me know if anything's crazy's going on.
Oh, just checking to make sure that we don't need to go back and help.
No, I think they're just kind of laying low and letting us do our thing up here.
Fair enough. But you have my allegiance if you need me.
That's greatly appreciated, Bill. I will hold you to that, even though you probably won't remember it.
Fair enough.
Also, that hat looks really good on you. I wish it worked.
It does something for me, though. And then I do a little strut. Little cat boy strut. You know, put my heel up on the right, and then my heel up on the left, and then my heel up on the, little cowboy thing.
Bill's like, first granddaughter didn't pan out the way I wanted. Time to make another one.
The ripe old age of 150. I still got time.
So does Dez ever show up?
Des shows up probably, I would say, just after sundown. Kind of hear the thing, kind of like the faint knocking, like pounding on the hull of the ship.
It's word.
Family?
It could be.
Yeah, come on aboard.
Moment later, you watch her kind of like whoosh, like as she kind of misty steps up on top of the deck of the ship.
I swear there was somebody at the door.
Bill takes time to run downstairs, open the cargo hatch. Just.
Welcome aboard the Conquistador.
Well, you guys really know how to stir the pot, don't you?
What do you
We do
mean?
have a chef.
Hey,
Hi.
How did we stir the pot?
with a spoon.
This
No
is why
shit,
we
I
can't have
thought you
nice
used a
things.
ladle.
I don't know why, but I get so much enjoyment about watching Kyle break down in mid-game.
Like, I really want to give you inspiration, but I really don't want to cheapen the fact that you know, Mike's really poignant, you know, statement of fact would be overshadowed by "we're the spoon."
Joke's on you. I already have inspiration.
Okay, good. We're the spoon.
Oh.
Jesus.
I mean, you know, you show up, wanted and everything, and just stroll in. Nothing happens. Causes kind of a stir.
What do you mean nothing? That was like so much shit happened. What do you mean nothing happens? We
Oh,
fought
I
a
mean-
sphinx. We learned about time control and magic and shit.
Well, don't go announcing it to the rest of the town.
Oh, also the difference between like granddaughter and great granddaughter.
You see, I would say 30 minutes after you watch the dockhand run away, you do see him like pushing a cart full of garlic. And
He's got like
is
garlic hanging from his ears.
currently like sitting there with some thread and a long stick that he's threaded the string through, like piercing and making himself a just garlic bulb necklace from
things.
his
First of all,
little shack.
The way you described it, I just thought like popcorn garland around a Christmas tree. And then way
Yep.
you physically described it by doing this a bunch, I was like, what are you trying to say?
Garlic
Not
titties.
this. I didn't do this. I did this.
No, you
This.
did this. I got some
Like,
garlic titties.
Cloves of garlic.
Those vampires love sucking. And know what I love sucking? Titties. Fuck those guys. I got this in the bag.
He might be a little portly.
Mrs. Doubtfire sequel got weird.
Yeah, the Blade Mrs. Doubtfire crossover that you didn't know you needed.
Exactly. Crossfire, never knew I wanted. Harley Shitty's bitch.
Hello.
Doo-doo!
Man, we are so
Banned from
derailed.
Twitter. Yes.
You've been banned from D&D at this point. I don't know if my AC's working. It got 1,000 degrees hotter in my room just now.
It really did. Wow. Okay. Not where I wanted that to go, but here we are.
The delirium of sleep and just the visual of Kyle doing this is fucking me so hard right now.
No, Adam, let's face it. Even without you being asleep, you'd make that comment.
Sorry, I'll mute
No,
myself.
I just mean, well, first off, I've never had just a contract stroll through the front door with permission and then leave.
Yeah, quite honestly,
Orthodox?
wasn't quite expecting it to work out like that.
As far as I know, never had a contract canceled.
I guess we got lucky.
Sometimes things get a little weird, but we get it. And then well, I mean, I never seen Mother have I guess what you would call emotion. So that's new.
Yeah, we're learning a lot of things tonight that we never knew other people had.
Anger, sadness.
I just prefer to hit things.
See, you're like totally the granddaughter that we were trying to find. So, this is your great grandfather. His name's Bill. He's cursed.
Okay.
He lost like all of his memories.
Well, I think that just comes with old age. I mean, I'm sure it's
No. It's like
you
a
know.
straight up curse. Like, watch, I
Curse.
cast remove curse.
Okay.
See?
Okay, yeah, that's also weird. That's not supposed to happen.
No. Plus, he was like,
Normally that just works.
I know. Like in the fucking manual, it says it works. It doesn't. There's like no stipulations. Like sometimes it doesn't work or anything. It just says it works.
Yeah, you're telling me. Well,
But,
I ain't
like-
never seen that before either.
Yeah, so
I
he's
love
like
the
super
insight
cursed,
on this.
where
Is she just rolling along with Gary's punches there?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know if this is something new or not, but she sounds like an intelligent kobold. The way her reactions are. Yeah, go, just go with it. Yeah, totally. That's
Well,
gross.
she's
Yeah, exactly.
she's like kind of young-ish. She's not that old. She's like early 20s.
13.
I mean, hard to say. She's being really like jovial about it. I mean, she could be like just going along with it, or it's hard to say.
But anyways, yeah, he's like super cursed, no memories. Used to be a dragon rider, and like, I don't know, maybe kind of fucked that up a little bit, and that's how he got cursed. We're still trying to figure that part out.
Insight check on him saying I'm a dragon rider because I don't remember if that's actually true or not. So I want to see if he's telling the truth.
Bill doesn't know who to trust anymore.
He uses insight checks instead of notes.
Well, I mean,
Well, I can
when
see
you
it for
have
Bill.
dementia,
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
can see it for Bill because he's like, oh, is Gary telling the truth, or is he just trying to hype me up to my great granddaughter? Sweet.
Yeah,
Either way, thanks, bro.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm totally role playing it. 16.
Gary, what does he get with a 16?
I'm not lying.
Holy shit! Nice.
You just see Bill's eyes go wide for a second. Oh, yes, definitely.
I remember. Oh, no.
You don't remember that giant catacomb that we went in with like the golden wall and the silver platinum dragon and like the book that had your name in it saying that you were like one of the dragon riders and all that shit? This was like 3 days ago.
It seems like an eternity.
See? Totally cursed. But he's a really nice guy.
I mean, that just seems like old age.
I'm
Okay, well,
only
it's
70.
not old age. It's a curse. But that's beside the point. We've been searching for like his family and stuff and following a colossal trail of breadcrumbs all around the world. And we finally like tracked you guys down.
Only to really realize that whatever curse he was afflicted with also removed him from the annals of history.
And now we're traveling north to help Levi with something.
Nope, that's still to help you.
He's not bitter.
No, I'm not
okay.
bitter. I'm just thankful I'm still alive.
I mean, that was kind of a lucky break. I mean, he's obviously pretty important if that happened. I mean,
Who,
no
Levi
offense.
or Bill?
No. She's like motioning to Bill. I mean, no offense. I'm sure you're important. Just, you know,
He
I was supposed to kill
ruler
him.
of all you cannot see.
So, wait, did your like mom ever talk about, like, I guess like a great grand god, like somebody who's like looking after people? So I've heard like a lot of different gods, and I think a lot of them like having sex with each other or something. Because like basically like Levi's god and your god and
No, it's actually a thing.
Other god. Like,
They really do their thing up there. That's what I've heard.
yeah, it seems like they're all fucking related.
I mean, kinda.
Like,
You know,
I'm
they
totally
kind of
with.
got a. It's my understanding they kind of got a monopoly on the situation.
So wait, does that mean Bobby could be like half god?
I mean,
You're like the son of a god. You wouldn't know that. Guys, this is something we have to figure out.
No, I don't think we do.
Hercules.
I mean, with the fucking crits you do sometimes, yes, I believe it.
like I'm gonna smite now.
Divine intervention. Who's the divine? Me. Thank you. I'm intervening on myself.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Grandpa.
Great, Grandpa, but that's fine. You can call me Grandpa.
I'll call you Pops.
Okay, Des.
That's the one.
Wait, that's gonna be like kind of confusing. It's weird to have a pop. So if you call him Pops, and we have a pop, I'm like, oh, hey Pops, and the fucking kobold's gonna come out and be
I'm
like,
pretty
who do you
sure
want me to
they'll
blow
get
up?
Through the context.
It's
They're fucking
Well-
kobolds. They're not gonna get shit.
I mean, it just seems so formal to call him Great Grandpa.
You know, like call him like something like Daddy-O. Isn't that what the cool
No,
kids
that,
saying?
just, that sounds weird.
Yeah. You're
Oh,
very.
I don't fucking know. Call him Bobby like I do.
Are we at
Very
our ship
what?
right now?
Was that about to be a compliment or?
Pop, come here.
You're just very chill about all of this and taking it a lot differently.
Well, I mean,
Hmm.
I don't have any proof, so I'm just gonna kind of roll with it. But have you met my mom?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a
Yeah,
thing.
so that's kind of a. I mean, this is easy.
How was it growing up with her as a mother?
Oh, real bad. Like, it's pretty cold here, but that's nothing like it was at home, which is that place. So I think you could figure it out.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm just like totally turn crazy and rip her eyes out.
Uh, I mean, since I existed.
Dude, somebody fucked her like that?
Look, that's taking it a little far. I mean,
Sorry, somebody made love to your mom like that?
I'm not gonna go into this, but I don't know if you're aware or not, but magic exists, and you know, you know what? I don't even want to think about this anymore.
Dude, me neither.
Liz, what were you cooking for supper, anyways? Please tell me you got something ready.
I'm gonna go talk to Pops and make sure he understands. Not Pops, goddammit! Talk to Pop and make sure he understands that that's fine.
So when he was saying about the confusion, he was really talking about himself, wasn't he? Okay.
100%.
I'm glad we got that out of the. I was pretty sure, but you just kind of let him think whatever, right?
Robots and orcs are not that far removed.
He's got some trouble with some names.
Some trouble.
All the trouble?
There we go.
It's like, did you inherit the shadowy magic too?
Yeah, kinda.
Weird. Interesting.
It was fine. I had some good teachers.
Oh, when we were in there and we were walking through the halls, we literally saw a lady, grandmother, holding a baby that looked exactly like her. How does that happen? Why does it happen?
Oh yeah, that's old Elisa and baby Elisa. It's fucking wild, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Don't worry about it.
that's not how that works.
Well,
Does it happen often?
I don't think I should answer that question.
Trade secret.
Something like that.
Okay.
I mean, you guys got a lot of outside, or inside knowledge for being some outsiders, so you should be happy with what you got.
We just found out how Dez was made. No sex involved.
Weird. Interesting.
Well,
Let-
maybe next
let's
time we
just
come by this
say
way, we can pick you up and we
sometimes.
can take you to your old family castle and show you around.
I might enjoy that.
Or we can like
Cool.
totally give you directions if you just want to go check it out yourself.
I'll think about it. All right, so I actually have to tell you, it is both of them, and it was one of our people who may have done some bad shit before we had to, to him.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wait. So it's not like that happens often.
No,
Okay.
that was a long time ago.
I mean, it's really unsettling. If you're gonna bring people in there, you definitely want them to walk by them.
I mean, who says that wasn't planned?
I mean, really, let's face it. If anyone who walks in there, there's a good chance they're not going to walk out. We're probably one of the very few lucky ones.
Do you guys know? You don't like worship anything other than like the Dawn Mother.
It gets a little messy if somebody else has a grand plan and it doesn't
Yeah.
really ascribe to what we're doing here.
Okay.
And
Definitely
where?
guys have scared locals though.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, we've been here, well, quite literally forever, if you think about it. This town's just kind of passing through. So, it's probably best if they're worried. That way they don't come snooping.
So can you like travel back in time and forward in time at will?
Well, no, not at will. That's not to, up to. I mean, it took a while before I realized that I had gone a couple places that were like back.
How back we talking?
I can't tell you that.
Okay.
It changes things. Changes things. I can't talk about it.
Interesting. Have you gone forward?
Can't talk about that.
And Harrow just like side eyes her.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
22.
This one seems like it's a bullshit.
Fair enough.
But it's like there's still like a little bit of truthfulness to it, and like you have seen enough to be like, I mean, it's possible, but she's definitely hamming it up a little bit.
Let's just not fuck with any more time streams. It's like going through that once is already mind bending as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's an ordeal.
Yep.
Happens super infrequently, as far as I know.
Happened to us at least once. And then we could have had the chance today, but no. Lance said something.
Something tells me it probably wouldn't have happened.
Darn it. Well, we give her a tour of the ship.
All right.
And end off with a nice piece of what her Lance and the kobolds cooked,
Okay.
minus any stones.
Yeah, we take a moment to explain to her what everything stew is
And like,
and the pitfalls that
yeah,
may occur.
and you eat it still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
have not, waste not.
usually pretty tasty,
Well,
but it's a grab bag for sure.
it's a good thing I already had dinner.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm fine. I already ate.
That's a 15.
You hear the stomach growl.
We got some rations if you don't want any.
I think I've seen enough.
Okay.
I mean, no offense. I mean some weird things, but that takes a cake.
Get him
It
started
only
on
gets
cake.
weirder. Well, I don't know. Thought this would be a lot different because we thought you were your mom. And yeah. Why the fuck do you guys share a name?
Well, I guess during her transitionary period, if you want to call it that, before I guess some things got real bad, she tried to have a normal life. But you can see how that worked out. So, probably something about trying to give me the life she didn't. See how that worked out.
Well. Yeah. Well. Thank you for coming at least.
Well, yeah, I mean, thanks for introducing me to, my grandpa. Slaps Bill's back. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm gonna go, before this gets awkward.
Yeah. Thanks again for giving us
Yep.
the heads up there, by the way.
Well, you're only as good as your word. So, kind of have a thing about that. If you say something, you got to do it.
Respectable.
I hope we didn't get you in trouble for it either.
We'll see.
Alright, well, if
I
you
mean,
need
could have
anything,
been, could not have been. If you're evil and we let you go, that's kind of a problem, and then that's on me. So,
I'll definitely try to make sure that it doesn't fall bad for either of us.
I mean, it's gonna hurt you a lot worse.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
All right. Bye.
That.
alright.
Bill, your family is not very well adjusted.
There's some issues.
And here, I thought my family had some issues. Gods.
Maybe they have too much soul. Wink.
Yeah, if you and Fazlis figure out where the hell we're going now.
North. That's what we were given, and that's what we're going with.
So, I would say
Isle of
roll.
Ice?
Yeah, Isle of Ice to the north.
There's the Caldera Reach.
So, Phasmus would say, well, the only icy island I've ever heard about is that one. And he points to Caldera.
Right, so before we even begin to think about casting off, do we have the supplies to stay warm?
Probably not.
I'm assuming no. We have like basic cold weather gear. We don't have like North Pole cold weather gear.
Let's get some North Pole cold weather gear.
So it is nighttime. It is in like a northern village. The only thing that's open currently at this like time of night is the local bars.
I'm assuming like this small little fishing village does not have like a cold weather department store though.
There are like goods stores available. I mean, it's not like it's so far removed. It is a small village, but it's not like or like a small town, but it isn't like it's it's not super far removed.
Didn't we just buy a shit ton of cold weather gear? Right before we left when we were dropping off the stuff to that one refugee camp.
I know.
We bought a ton of cold weather stuff.
Oh,
I don't know if
you're
it's
right.
like extremely cold weather, but we bought a lot of cold weather stuff because
Gotcha.
we didn't actually have any.
Yeah.
I don't know how like heavily invested into the Antarctic we got, but we did buy a ton.
We'll
Like enough
stop
for
off
all of us.
at the general store in the morning before we leave and like pick up more furs and shit.
Okay.
Like double layer.
Yeah.
Most of the crew accompany you. To also, like one of them stays back. And
Yeah,
like
they probably don't have any cold weather shit either.
yeah, so it kind of turns into a whole and you pretty much clear out the entire store. Like like between most of the crew, like there is like stuff, but it's in a town this size, you would kind of imagine like most people already have these things, so there's a smaller selection of things. Like if people need to replace them occasionally or whatever else, I would say you do find enough. I would say for everyone's like just like cold weather furs and stuff, I would say mark off 5 gold.
Yeah, we're just going in like throwing out mad cash in this place, like buying everything.
Yeah. And there's enough because I mean the mountains that are nearby like still have snow on them, and it's like it's still it's far enough north that it gets cold and it can have inclement weather. So I mean you can only imagine what it's like going beyond this.
Like the difference between
That's
Alaska
why
and the
I'm
North Pole.
buying everything.
Why? Did I see this? Where is it? Okay. Um. I guess it's not there. Odd. Okay. Um. Well, I can't find this information I'm looking for. That sucks. I know it's here. That's alright. We don't need it. Okay. So, get everybody some furs, purchase additional blankets. You make the shopkeeper very happy with all of your business.
I get a
Lord.
fur-lined bathrobe.
You can make that happen. I'll allow it.
Food stores.
Food, stock up on food. Okay. Yeah. Easy enough. Anything else you wish to do before departing?
Think we got everything covered.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. It. Oh, there it is.
How much rope do we have?
Should have a fair amount.
A lot.
Okay.
So you travel north, out of, Yarmskold, kind of following the winding waterways that make up the Black Channel, that lead into the Kalmar depths of the northern territories and beyond. It's probably about a 4-day journey by airship.
We pretty much set out the next morning, yeah?
Is that weird? What? Changed my sorting. Surprisingly, the weather is good for the better part of your journey, and you have a strong, southern wind that helps speed things up just a little bit.
Fuck yeah.
So, I'll say it actually only takes 3 days.
Hooray.
But as you get closer to like the region of Caldera, you do, I would say, Phasmus does know enough to tell you that the only place that I'm familiar with is Lorfrost, on the southern coast.
Does that ring any bells for you, Bill?
History check.
Sure.
3.
Mm-mm.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
How long has the settlement been there? Do you know? Do you recall, Phasmus?
Can't say that I know anything about that. I just know it's a small settlement.
I mean, we could go there, check it out, and see. The locals might know a little bit more if it's not the right spot.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah. If it's been there long enough, then surely Bill must have gone through it at one
Well,
point.
when you only have time on your hands and you don't have to worry about the cost of fuel, it makes things easier.
I mean, not that I want to spend forever flying around in the fucking cold up here, but that seems like as good of a place to start as any.
Well, I would say it's our only lead, so unless you have any other ideas.
Nope.
So you set course for the approximate location. It is, I would say it's probably denoted on the map, but as far as like its actual location, it's a little bit harder. Nobody has been there. Nobody knows about it. And unfortunately, despite asking Bill seems to have absolutely no idea what's going on. I mean, I would say
Like more than normal?
no. It's like Bill. I would say Bill, like you don't remember the name of the place. Like I would say, if anything, you have a good sense of like, you know, you feel like you're going in the right direction, but like you have like no other like evidence to go off of other than just like a gut feeling. Um However, as you do get closer, the weather begins to worsen. So it's as you're arriving, winds begin to get so strong that you begin like you have to get low. And it's just like you try to get above it, and the clouds like and the wind, it just seems to push you down. Like you find yourselves like unable to climb above the buffeting winds that surround this place. So you do kind of eventually end up having to land in semi-frozen water to kind of continue your trek, buffeted by strong winds and large swells. I need Gary as the captain to go ahead and make your ship handling check.
Guidance?
I would say you can make or survival?
I got a 27.
27. Into which?
They're both the same.
Okay. Okay. I would say you and Phasmus working together deftly managed to steer the ship away from any would-be frozen hazards that seem to spontaneously appear from the frozen depths of this slushy like ocean that you begin to traverse. You do see as you get close, and Bill, you do recognize it as you finally kind of get there, like enough break in the storm that you do see like those black, low-hanging clouds and these just white expanses of peaks just piercing up through it. Enough to you at least to recognize it. This is familiar. Takes another probably about a half a day to traverse a much smaller length than you had traveled in your entire time. But you do manage to get there. It's just before, yeah, I would say it's probably a late afternoon. You can see like as well, yeah. And like there is like a partial breaking of any storm for the moment, but you can see like ominous clouds like gathering in the distance. But you do see small, like little specks of light that begin to kind of get brighter and brighter. Little tendrils of smoke twisting into the air against this icy, rocky, just. It almost looks like it's just a massive glacier. It is quite literally, at least from this perspective, an island of ice.
And this is the settlement?
No, like
or this is like the entire
yeah,
area.
like the area, yeah.
Okay.
And it is large. Like it's not like, I mean, I guess it's an island. An island can be large. But it is, like for what you would almost consider to be a glacier, or like this is more island-like than glacier, even though it like you could see bits of rock, but they like jut out at like, it's like it's been trapped or lodged there. It almost looks like it's just ice. Like everything about it just looks like it's just entirely made of ice. And even then, like as you get closer, like pulling into the like mooring at the dock, you are the only ship that is here. And you can hear like a bell dinging, and a few sparse individuals, just bundled in heavy furs, a lot of just like ice hanging from their beards, and facial hair, if it's even exposed, and the biting winds that come with this region, require, a lot of your guys's cold weather gear that you just purchased, and thankfully so. It does help to mitigate it. It is still absolutely just freezing.
Is it like
seems
ice or is it like snowy ice?
It's like it's a mixture of both. Like you can see like what constitutes like this beach is kind of like a rocky kind of a cliff face that's been carved out, and then a pier that's built like up onto it, and then as it kind of like meanders up a little bit, there is a settlement that kind of sits there on the jagged cliff edge, kind of overlooking the storm-swept seas below. But there is, like, even on the dock, a mixture of like snow. Some of it has been walked in, you can see footsteps. Some of it's dirty, where the gray like brown slush of the ocean as it you hear it kind of like rockily, like gravel grinding over itself, kind of like smash and break against, and then spill over onto it, and then kind of, it melts, and then refreezes. So there's bits of slick passage, where it's just ice coating the walkway.
We'll dock the ship and head to the village, I guess.
A lot of heads turned looking in your direction as you pass.
What's like the population of this village?
Pretty low.
Like rough estimate. Are we talking like in the tens, hundreds, or thousands?
Less than 100.
Okay.
Any of these dudes wearing like weapons, or are they all like fishing fuel?
There's definitely people like openly carrying swords, crossbows, things of that nature. They don't appear outwardly hostile, but
Just protection for themselves, kind of deal.
yeah. As you get kind of like in towards the dock a little bit, hello, travelers.
Hey there. My name's Lance. This is the Breakfast Club. We came from places way super far away, like way warmer than this. But check out these thrifty new furs we got. Totally fucking rocking it.
Do a little shitty.
We're here because there's shoot, guys, how much should I say? Like, say there's like fucking really bad people here. I want to scare them. Do this all day. We're here because we're looking for something.
Well, I'm Ruloth. He's kind of like a black scaled with tinged with like little bits of like silver or platinum scales, dragonborn, just bundled in furs. You can almost barely make out any coloration, beyond just kind of what's like his snout that is peering through like massive ice, like bits of ice are just like encrusted into the furs around his head. Well, if you're looking for something, you're probably not gonna find it here, friend. You might be a little off course.
Does the phrase "follow your feet" mean anything to you?
Well, sure, but I might have questions for my feet if they had brought me here.
Oh, trust me, we got a fuck ton of questions.
You said what?
We got a fuck ton of questions.
Oh, well, I'm scared to say ask away.
Alright, so here's the thing. We're kind of...
Are you traders? Did you bring any goods? Are you looking to... Or...
Yeah, we totally have all that. Basically, like, there's like a god who probably had sex with another god who had a baby. That baby had a bunch of little, like, almost kind of godly babies, but they're not actually godly babies. They're just, like, kind of the same person a bunch of times, and we're supposed to follow his feet. But also, the god that was supposed to be, like, sexing up the other god had sex with, like, another god, and then they had, like, vampires.
And we're a cult. It turns out we're a cult.
He said ask your questions.
All right, friend. Well, oh, that's not here. We don't do that. And if you were looking for a brothel, I think you're about 2,000 miles the wrong direction.
No, I gotta leave. Actually, you would probably like her a lot. She's really cool. She's
Um,
I don't know, like, if
Gonna
you guys
stop
are,
you
like,
there again,
weird,
friend.
but she's
Look,
green.
we got a
Nancy.
tavern. Maybe you do all your question asking up with
Yeah.
them folks, yeah?
Also, shut up. That's freaking racist, man.
Hey, I didn't say he won it. I just said I don't know if he won it.
Kyle, the riddle that you gave Bill about come forth, can you post it to Project Forge?
Sure.
Because I only got part of it down.
Young man, are you married?
This guy's getting a fucking whirl of a time.
Fucking the travelers.
You know,
tourists.
this most of the time, folks come in, they unload their goods. We buy those goods, or we trade, sell them goods. They say their how do you do's, and they leave. And I get the distinct impression that that is not the case.
I just want to point out that he just told us to go to a brothel, and the first thing anybody else in our party asks was, "Are you married?"
He said go to an inn, though, technically.
No, he said go to the tavern. He said if you're looking for a brothel, you're 2,000 miles in the wrong direction.
I
We're
only asked.
adventurers. We're just adventurers, and we're here on a mission, and that's it. We're not
Well,
here to trade.
okay. I don't see how my marital status is relevant.
It's a very small village, right?
Yes.
I was just wondering if you were married to your cousin, because that seems like what goes on here.
And from bad to worse.
Like hand starts going towards the sword.
Look, friend,
Okay.
like, I apologize for my compatriots' very rude line of questioning. Just out of curiosity, about how
Are you
frequent
married to your cousin?
Back to the fucking ship. About how often do you see travelers here that take up expeditions?
Occasionally.
Oh wait,
Suppose.
cousins! Snap, crackle, pop, crispy, get over here!
You know, it was nice meeting you folks. Thanks for giving me the trip over here. I am
Oh.
going to the tavern.
Don't like these guys.
I don't.
You
I
know,
don't really know
just a bit of advice. I don't know where you're from, but those sorts of comments are not reasonable.
Hey, man, I'm sorry for
You're
what
right.
Bobby said. I just want you to, like, you're, like, big and
No.
strong. And
No.
our kobolds would fucking love
We're
you.
going!
Not like
we're
that,
going.
but they're like, oh shit, look at
We're
this guy, he's
going.
huge.
And Arrow's just trying to, like, pull Lancelot.
I'm just kind of like shouting over my shoulder as she's dragging me along.
I'm old and senile. I know not what I ask.
Come on, partner. Let's go.
Oh,
Leave the nice man alone.
you see my hat? I'm with you.
What?
I'm one of your kin. Yeehaw.
I don't know if his hat's made out of like a dragon, so he's like, yeah, I kill one of your kin to use a hat. Or if he's just like, yeah, all fucking Northerners wear hats, obviously.
I take my lute and I play it like the banjo in Deliverance.
I feel
Oh
like
my
our
god.
He doesn't know that
has,
song.
has a goal of, can we piss off every NPC we come across within the first 30 seconds? All right, go.
Well,
They're
I would like to point out, Lance specifically asked how far he should go into this, and no one in the group said how far he should go into it. And then this guy said, ask all your questions, so he did.
Just literally peed.
Just like this unfortunate gentleman is so taken aback by the entire thing. Just sighs and just walks away. Just without another word, just turns his back and just walks back into town.
I fucking hate foreigners.
Think this is my fault.
Yeah, probably.
No,
Like a
it's
couple,
really
and you
more-
watch
more
like a couple
ours.
other people kind of like congregate, and they have like a small huddled conversation. There's a couple glances back in your guys' direction.
How many of the people are other Dragonkins versus just an assortment of people?
It is literally just the one dragonborn.
Okay. Into the tavern. Is there any, like, import export, or is it just like fur trading in this town?
Fish, furs.
Nothing like a major like thing going on.
Pearls. You know, some jewelry, things of that nature. This is not like, and actually oil. Oil is another one, like fat. Would be another really big export here.
Like
So
whale
that's
and
not
sealed blubber for like lamps
Yeah.
kind of shit.
Yep.
I'm keeping my eyes on Bill the entire time.
Okay.
Just so I can pick up when there's that like spark of remembrance. And he like
I
has
thought
a
you were going to say
lucid moment.
spark of racism.
Oh no, that's always.
Okay. I guess Bill, make a history check.
$17.
Actually, that's pretty good. I mean, now that you're here, a lot of this looks really familiar.
Like I've obviously been here before.
Yeah, like you recognize it.
Do I recognize any of the people? Should probably ask that about the guy before I ask him if he.
No, he was younger. Not like there are some older individuals, but there aren't a lot. Let's say nobody that you recognize necessarily.
I've been here before, but I recognize no one.
You begin. Where are you guys going?
To the tavern.
Just go into the tavern.
All right. Well, this is much like rather than like bar and separate hotels. This is a much like this is well, as far as accommodations go, it's literally the only place in town. And it's much more of the old style inn and tavern sort of situation with rooms attached to building, like stained wood, just ice covered down the whole side of it. There's actually something kind of reminiscent about the architecture and how this is built, as the oh crap, what was that? Hold on.
And just for anybody who just started watching, just so they know, we are here because of the vision of the Sphinx and the clue she gave. And
Yes.
no other reason yet that we know of that I may have missed
Yes.
in the last 45 minutes.
Yep. Pretty much.
Perfect.
Just
Uh.
going through Bill's greatest hits.
Yeah. So this building is very reminiscent of the first time that Gary, Harrow, Lance, you guys met at the Smoke and Smolder in Warwit. Like the shoddy wooden planks, nailed together, the small round porthole-looking windows, rather than being covered in grime and soot, like in Warwit, like near the slums of Warwit. This is just covered in snow and ice. Very similar squat little pudgy building. But you can see fire on the inside, flickering through the ice, and frosted windows. And you can hear the roaring voices of people having a good time inside. And you can see a sign that is it looks like it froze mid-swing, like during the wind, like the wind kind of caught it. So as you walk in, the sign is kind of like pointing like at a, very steep angle towards the ground where the chains are just like frozen solid, and it says the Frigid Tit.
We best get in and get warm. My nipples are erect.
You sure that's not just garlic?
I have little garlic tassels as I.
You enter with your nice new furs, and you are met with an eclectic group of individuals that are, well, soggy. You can see just like puddles of water underneath them where the ice has melted into puddles of water dripping from their cloaks that sit, draped around stools behind them. The overwhelming smell of wet dog permeates the interior of this place.
I wish I was Olorin right now.
I'm afraid to ask why.
Press the digitate.
Exactly. The fuck out of this place.
A lot of the voices die down, and it gets very quiet. As soon as more and more people recognize that a fresh group of faces has arrived inside the one and only watering hole of this town.
I'm gonna walk up to the counter.
See
Oh, good.
a beaming, bright red haired dwarf gentleman behind the bar.
How's it going? My name's Lance. Can I get 7 tankards of ale, please?
All right. You look like weary travelers in from the cold. Might I recommend our special?
Dude, I've drank with a lot of fucking dwarves. I'd handle my shit, but not the way you can handle your shit. Add one of those onto this order, and it's for you.
Oh, all right. One on the house. I know a drinker when I see one. Then he goes over there and he pours your ales, and he brings over the tray and sets them down. Eyes you up and down. Stops, considers a moment. Silver piece.
I'm gonna give him a gold.
That's for not totally trying to fuck us, and for some potential information.
If they're willing to offer that, I should have asked for more. Lowballed myself. And goes struts over and here it doesn't even have a register or a till or anything, just drops it into a bucket. You just behind the counter, and it's next to buckets of dirty water, and rags that are kind of leaking it looks like the black like snow surrounding some of the buildings and like the walkways that just kind of like drip down and inside of it. It's nothing about this would pass, any sort of health code it would just, it's full of health code violations. But he seems to be a jovial individual, and then he comes back with another tankard, kind of sits it on there, and you watch it slosh out the side, and it's clear, like it's beer, but it's just completely clear, kind of slosh out and fizz across, and takes the dirty rag and wipes it up. Shit, my notes closed on me.
All right, Harold, place your bets. What do you think? Ancient monastery or some sort of dragon lair?
This is called ice grog.
Dragon.
Special. Invention of myself. This is what the
I'll grab it and take a big swig of it while he's talking.
this is what us locals drink. But ale's fine too if you fancy yourselves unable to keep up. And he just kind of chuckles to himself. It is
Was it
kind of
just the one ice, or was it all of them ice?
No, he brought you what you asked for, but he said, because you said one
cool.
for him, but he filled it and he brought it over.
Gary took it.
Yeah, and Gary takes it. Gary, it's slightly effervescent. It will kind of like get a little bit of a head when you slam the. He's like, no, hit it, and you like slam the mug on the table, and it, kind of roils over a little bit, and then drink it. And you take a large swig, and it tastes like citrus and the warming sensation of like cinnamon and clove, but it's perfectly like ice clear, maybe just a tinge of like blue to it, and it is incredibly strong. It's like drinking carbonated Everclear. It goes down like surprisingly smooth. It's cold like as it hits, and it almost seems to like be cold by itself, like it just pouring it out of a barrel, just from behind the bar, like just under the bar. It's not refrigerated or anything. It's not on ice. There's no snow packed around the barrels to lower the temperature. But it's cold, and then you drink it, and it is just hot. And it definitely does like gives you a nice warm like brimming sensation from within to go with the like slight cinnamon and spiced flavor that has like of the aftertaste.
I think it's fucking delicious.
Alright then, so you all don't look like the normal sort of folk that we see in these parts. So what's your story?
I hesitantly glance around at everyone else.
So basically, we were told, like, follow some feet. And that's why we're here.
That's
Harold
normally
thumbs
just
up.
a figure of speech.
Oh, yeah, but the person told her it was, like, a fucking crazy old, like, guardian of,
Glance around again.
No.
definitely
Pretty
not,
much
like, a god. Told
No,
us to do it.
Pretty much, this guy here came through town years on back. We're just trying to follow his footsteps because we're roped into finding the family heirloom of his.
Well, if you lost it out here in the ice, well, good luck.
Are there any like temples or I don't know.
There's a
Caverns.
myriad of ruins amongst these parts.
Yeah,
Um,
I think we're probably looking at some ruins.
there's also talk of this strange forest that sits in the middle of Caldera, but no one can ever reach it.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah. Occasionally we'll get folks coming through, like themselves, adventurers, much like yourselves. Then we don't see them again.
I'm gonna finish my first beer and then pass around the others and grab my second beer.
Okay. Did you
10
just
for
order 7
insight.
beers for yourself?
I technically ordered 2 for myself, or 3 for myself.
Okay.
But then Gary took the one that I ordered for that guy, so I'll pass him my third beer.
Okay.
The 10 for insight. Is he just shitting us, or?
Like, it's hard to say. Maybe it could just, but then it's, it's kind of like it could just be hearsay or rumors or bullshit.
They're like,
Dwarves and rumors.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But it's hard to say.
they're like,
It's
And
got
we all
like a
saw-
jovial mirth about him that's hard to pin down.
other people who
We
have
all
like,
saw that, right? Of what she showed Bill.
Yeah, we all saw it.
other like people who have like babies who look way too close to themselves.
No, way off track.
Lance,
Like,
how many
like
have you had?
incest. That's what I meant.
No. Okay, the place
I
we're looking
mean,
for.
sure, it happens. It's kind of frowned upon. Not something you're supposed to do.
That's definitely
Harold,
what we're
we'll
looking
try.
for.
Describe the place that was shown to us.
That's the place that I'm talking about. We call it Iceborough.
Iceborough. Alright.
How far is this place?
Um, well, if you were to actually get there, a couple days, maybe more, depends on the weather. I mean, you can get to the forest, but definitely strange things happening within it.
Like, what
Is
kind of
that-
certain stuff?
Oh. But no, it's like the forest turns in on itself. Gets you all twisty-turvy. Turned around and sorts. Spit you back out.
Compasses work?
What?
Said do compasses work? That's a hard one to say for Lance, sorry.
The closer you get, no.
What about like flight? You ever seen anyone like fly into it?
I mean, sure, some folks have tried, but never find what they're looking for.
Maybe that's where we have to follow our feet.
It's like there's a dead spot right in the center. And you go all around it. Can't go there.
That sounds like exactly what the fuck we're looking for. Something weird and stupid and fucking shit that
Oh.
people don't want to go to.
Plenty weird, plenty dangerous.
Yep, that's the fucking spot.
We're playing this as a video game. What's the dangerous spot? Okay, there's the treasure. We gotta go there.
How many times has this group been like, hey, should we go see the fine and fancy thing where we get crumpets and tea? No, we should go to the worst fucking spot possible, because that's exactly where we need to go.
Go to the local tavern, ask where their most dangerous spot is, and head there.
New course of action.
It's pretty effective. I mean,
It's gonna
technically, that's kind of
expedite this
effective.
campaign so much.
Well, yeah.
All right. First things first. What sort of rumors say that lies in the center of this dead zone there? And secondly, what sort of beast could we expect to run into?
Oh, well. You name it. It's probably out there.
Dragons.
Some dangerous territory. No offense, but green-skinned folks like yourselves, a little bit bigger, very unfriendly.
Oh, there's like
there's-
orcs.
Yeah.
I like those like asshole wild ones. Shit, that was racist. I don't mean that, dude. I'm really not like that kind of guy. But are they like they don't come into civilization?
Yeah, these ones not doing anything of that sort.
That's like the most racist Lance has ever been in his life. It was for his
Yeah.
own people. Shit.
Kind of taken aback, seeing the potential relationship.
This
you
is
have
not
going
looking
on
good
here.
with the fucking black dragon kid that we spoke to earlier.
So you've got the roving band of orcs that you got to worry about. Yetis. The Yetis. That's the real danger. The orcs, they might kill you. They'll treat you all right for a little bit before they eat you, but the Yetis, they'll rip you limb to limb while you're still screaming.
God damn it. Where's Dusker when you need her?
And he kind of leans in close. Don't like to talk about it. But don't make too much noise when you're crunching along the ice.
Ice ones?
That's the one.
Insight check this motherfucker.
Ice what?
Worms.
Ice worms.
23.
Definitely believes what he's saying.
You know anyone like in town who's been up there?
It's a bit of a trek for us. There's woods that are closer by, or we get things imported. Easier to stay away. Death. Just kind of like points in that direction. Like I said, occasionally people show up, hear spooky stories, have a good time, find lots of treasure. Dead.
I'm sorry, Kyle, but I don't know why I like this so much, but you turned into a dwarf to Dracula, and it's okay.
Story.
Oh, yes, you know,
Yeah. Everyone's a vampire.
That's what we've learned tonight.
Anyone like live like semi close out there that talks to a lot of travelers?
Yes.
Well, fuck it. I guess I'm in the right place. Give me another beer.
That we got plenty of. Sure you don't want this one.
Make it two of those guys. One beer. One for me, one for you.
Alright, you're still a bit of a nan, but alright.
I'll slam the thing, clink his glass, and drink it with him.
Okay. If you're gonna get fucked up, like it is literally just distilled carbonated booze. It's delicious and it goes down surprisingly easy. But you're not sure if it's because like it's like icy hot, like like the drink. It is icy hot, the drink. So
They would
so
make a
it goes
killing.
down. Yeah, but it definitely get like you don't really notice it until you like have to stand up to like go use the bathroom, and that's when you're like, oh, and then it's like, are we on the ship? You get the kind of like the sea leg feeling as you meander to a wooden door which opens up and just blast of cold, like you've stepped into a freezer. You see partially frozen, crusted in ice, the outhouse.
Go take a piss.
It gets really steamy, and then you watch as it freezes, like the puddle of yellow just kind of freezes into an amalgamous blob in the bottom of the pit that has been dug.
Why would people live here?
Oil, man. Oil.
And this is we're like late afternoon at this point, right?
Yeah.
All right.
When we came in, are
I
there any
kinda-
like shelters, like inns or anything like that?
This
We're at the
one.
end.
Yeah.
Is this the like
You-
a full on inn, or is it just kind of like?
Yeah, no, it's a tavern. Like,
Yeah.
so it's bar and lodging. Or I guess an inn, so you have like accommodations as well as, well, it's probably
It's
like,
a Skyrim tavern.
yeah, like one place to eat or drink. And also any sort of, you get that tourism isn't really big here.
Aside from our boss ass ship that's 10 times better than all of the city combined.
Yeah, like yourselves and your ship wildly out of, like, could not feel more out of place.
Have you been like noticing anything weird in the sky? Like shit coming to or from this area?
Not particular.
Good, then it's not too late. I mean, good.
Roll a deception check.
So this is me actually trying to fuck with him. So I got a 1.
Well, if that's the case, then I should have you know this kind of truth serum. You're not gonna be able to fool me that easy. Nice try, though.
You got me.
Speaking of this nectar of the gods, how many kegs of it do you have, and how many would you sell me right now?
I've got 7. Got another batch coming up.
How long does it take to make a batch?
About 2 months.
Would you part with 5?
Make a persuasion check.
$19.
Ooh, that's a hard ask. We'll give you 4.
Name your price.
Ooh, well,
That's not
always
something you
did
say.
fancy myself a businessman. $20 gold apiece.
Done.
Shit.
I'm not even gonna haggle with him.
Again,
Ah.
he fucking bargained too low.
All right, do you want these on your ship? You taking them with you? It's a little heavy.
I'll grab
Should
him.
we take them on the way back or no?
Now I'm gonna go toss him on the ship.
Well,
I'll help Gary.
you got crew, or is it just yourselves?
Oh, there's
No,
like a
we've
fucking
got-
ton of people.
We've got a crew. This should keep him busy while we're off exploring.
If your folk can drink through 4 barrels of this, in just a few days' time, my hat's off to you.
Have you ever met a cobalt?
Can't say that I have.
Oh, fuck. Grab 2 of those barrels. Follow me.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh shit! I got a 19. That's my persuasion.
So you pay 80 gold and you get 100 gallons of ice grog.
That's an 18 because I have a -1 on persuasion.
And 18. Maybe when I'm done for the day and everyone's settled and had the drinks, take you up on your offer. Can't just leave the bar unattended.
Oh,
What'd you say was
These-
Icewind Grog?
Ice grog.
Ice Grog.
these guys will stay here.
I definitely added it to my inventory as permafrost. And as soon as we get them in the ship, Gary's gonna be like stenciling out the name and renaming them all. Because he thinks these things are amazing.
Gary just found himself a new import-export.
Mm-hmm.
20 gold a barrel, and you can get what, like, I'm just like rough guesstimated, like 200 shots per barrel.
More than that, you get 25 gallons per barrel.
Just like kind of throwing it off of the cost, even though it was technically high.
So 200 pints per barrel.
Jesus Christ.
it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they're full barrels basically. So
So, are we gonna devise a plan? Or are we just gonna YOLO our way into the ice forest?
Lance is still trying to focus on getting this guy to come see his kobolds. So
They're not circus acts. They're valuable
Lance-
members of our crew.
Lance tried to show them off to the fucking Dragonkin, and he was not having it. So
We could enter the edge of the forest by night. And see what's what.
It's like 3 days away
Yeah.
he
By
said,
blimp? I mean,
by
by
foot.
by foot.
So, based on the weather conditions and the oddity, with all of our combined talking, what would a safe distance away from the center forest be to land the ship?
Depends on the weather.
Currently. Because
Um,
if it takes 3 days to walk somewhere, it'll probably take us, what, like 4 hours to fly there?
I mean, theoretically, it's just more about the weather is extremely like inclement.
Yeah.
And
But that's what I'm
it-
saying, like,
it
based on, like, what's
changes-
going on
like, it
currently,
changes frequently.
probably wouldn't be,
um,
like, more than a few hours to get to
our
Most
location.
likely, but well, let's see. So where it was like clear by the time you guys have like finished drinking in a couple hours, like the weather has not like it's not like super bad, but it's to the point where visibility is like severely impacted,
Mhm.
and there are very strong like just sleet winds that are picking up. It doesn't seem like at least like well, I guess Lance, this would be like something like apocalyptic almost as far as the weather is concerned, given your southern.
Plains heritage.
Yeah. Like to you, this is like blizzard, and everyone else is just kind of conducting themselves. Like most of the town folk, they don't even seem to register this as it being bad, but it is still like this is not something that you would want to. I mean, you could try it. You could definitely try it. If you want to take the ship, you could try it.
Like I say, let's stay the night either here or on the ship, and then maybe realize ahead in the morning.
Didn't catch your name, friend. What is it?
I'm Bruce.
Bruce. What do you think tomorrow's weather's gonna be like?
You ever see how quickly the tides can change?
Not really, no.
Ah,
Don't they like change on a fixed schedule?
that's not how it works.
I thought they like came in and out with the moon every time.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but we got 1.5 moons.
I like look out at any window they have. Do I see 1.5 moons?
It's like one in a shattered bunch. Like a bunch of shattered fragments.
How the fuck did you guys get like a blown up moon?
It's the same blown up moon that's always.
It's like
in
the
the
first
sky.
time Lance has ever looked up.
Yeah.
Would I have known
like-
that? Have I have seen like a shattered moon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's referred to as Saloon and her tears. It's like the
Hmm.
moon is crying, but it's
I don't know. I've never picked that up.
I believe it was covered. Somebody was talking about it. They said when you were in the Underdark, the researcher guy, he was saying that it used to be a second moon, but it was shattered.
I thought that was like it just went away, not that there's still like fragments of the moon up there.
No, yeah, it's just like a small little asteroid belt,
Gotcha.
like trailing off behind the moon.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's that have to do with tats?
Pretty much what he's saying is that it can change with the snapping of fingers almost.
That's the one.
But Gary said tats are like totally normal.
I feel like that's wrong, but I'm not as, learned as you folks appear to be. So,
I'm not fucking learning for shit for this. I lived in cities and plains my whole life. Oh, we flew over some water, but I wasn't really paying attention. Actually, we flew over a lot of water.
Pretty much what he's saying is that you'd be a very rich man if you could actually predict what the weather's going to be like at any given moment.
Isn't that what
that's
they
not
do?
the gist of it.
Like those town crier dudes. Oh, take your sweetheart on the fucking flower trip because it's nice tomorrow.
Did you see any of those on your way in?
No, but I'm not from here. I don't know where the fuck they stand.
Oh, look, I'm
Take your
just saying.
sweetheart on a flower trip because it's nice tomorrow. I wish that, like, when I checked weather on my phone, I wish that's how Google displayed it to me. Hey Google, what's the weather gonna be like tomorrow? Take your sweetheart on a flower trip.
You should take your sweetheart on a flower trip. It'll be nice tomorrow.
Uh,
Sorry.
You're welcome to try. But who am I to stand between someone who's fall on their feet, huh?
Oh no, I'm following his.
He's just like exasperated. If it wasn't for the fact that you just dropped like 80 gold, you know, like his patience might be wearing a little thin, but he's trying to be a good sport about it.
Oh, do you guys have like dogs? Aren't they good in snow?
Yeah, you could. Oh. Well, you could buy the dogs. You're probably not going to be able to rent them.
How many dogs does it take to pull a ship?
All right, Lance, you've had enough. Come on.
More dogs than they're probably willing to part with.
Jesus Christ.
That's his out of ideas.
I'm pretty sure we'd get sleds to go with the dogs, Lance.
Oh, how many sleds to pull a ship?
Nope.
All right. Will you all be needing rooms?
We'll probably just stay on the ship.
No, we're fine.
All right then. Well, if you excuse me, if you need any other drinks, let me know. Do need to tend to the bar. Just walks off, and we will pick up there next week.
Is that the DM being done with the bullshit?
No comment.
I feel like sleds pulling a ship is a great idea. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's just a good place to stop
Mhm.
before we go any further.
Down this rabbit hole of ridiculousness.
You should go on a trip with your sweetheart. The DM's had enough of your bullshit.
Clearly, Lance is out of his element in this entirety of this fucking land.
When has Lance been in his element?
When he
When have we
didn't know
been like,
you
"Oh, yeah,
guys.
Lance was great at social interactions at that place.
Lance was amazing before he found a ranch. He was totally cool, chilling by himself in the fucking plains. That's about it.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my god. Okay, well, it was a session tonight. That's for sure. And I guess we'll pick up here next week and we'll see what the fuck happens next. Maybe we pull we find out the age-old question. How many sleds does it take to pull a ship? Bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Astrology.